Alright, I just got out of an early screening for the film Better Man. Here's my review. Alright, before we get started, obviously, I don't sound that good. I think I'm losing my voice a little bit. I've been sick this past week, but I do got to get this review out. Better Man doesn't come out to the majority of people until next Friday. It doesn't come out until next Friday. Some people have already seen it because of award season and stuff at the end of 2024, which was a couple weeks ago. But for me, this was my first early screening. Couldn't see it till the 17th. I got invited to this early screening, and so I went. It was quite an experience. It was a really cool experience where I talked to a guy who worked for Paramount about adding me to, or about sending me the email so I can attempt to get added to more screenings lists. So very cool thing, something I've never done before, and it was just a really cool experience, and I hope to do more of them in the year of 2025. Now talking about Better Man, for me, I liked the trailers. I thought it was an interesting idea, but I never heard of Robbie Williams before, and so I really didn't know what I would go into this movie about. I saw a lot of reviews that were saying this movie was really good. Saw a lot of reviews that were saying this movie was not that good. I was just hoping that this would be a movie for me. Was it? I'll tell you here in this review. Before I get started, please make sure to subscribe, like button, hit the bell, and comment down below what is your opinions on Better Man if you have seen it. Man, it feels weird to ask if you have seen it, granted that I don't normally post reviews until the movie's actually out. Pretty cool, isn't it? Anyways, if you have seen it, let me know down below what did you think about it. And if you have not seen it, what are your anticipations for the movie? And with that said, Better Man is the worst movie of 2025. Not saying much because this was the first movie of 2025 I've seen. And no, I'm not going to miss out on making that joke every single year. It's coming to you guys every single year. Better Man's great. This movie is really, really good, man. I thoroughly really enjoyed this film. Start with the positives. The cast here is great. You got great supporting actors, but the main thing I want to talk about here is Robbie Williams. He does voice himself in this film, and he is really, really good. The creative decision to make him a monkey at first thought was like, that's really weird. I don't think it adds anything to the movie, just except you can't compare it to other biopics. But the more the movie goes along, the more I realize, and especially on the car ride home, that there was a reason that they made him a monkey. There was a specific reason for that. It's very interesting, and Robbie Williams voices him. He's funny. He has those heartfelt moments down. He is great in this movie. Really, really good. And the rest of the cast here is phenomenal as well. This movie looks great. Not only the monkey that, like I said, was kind of distracting the first couple of minutes, but soon got really good into, he really merged into the film well. Looked really, really good throughout this entire movie, and just the cinematography, some shots we got, nothing really mind-blowing, but there is some really cool shots in here, and the movie is just overall really, really nice to look at, especially the musical numbers, which we're going to talk about next. There are some fantastic musical numbers in here that are just memorable. I am a musical guy. I wouldn't say they're my favorite genre, but if I'm in a musical mood, I will be in a musical mood. I thought Wicked was really good. Mufasa was okay. This is a movie here that the musical numbers really kind of were great. And again, they're shot in a way where you can see everything. They're choreographed really well. This is by, I believe, Michael Garvey, the director of this film, who directed The Greatest Showman, which I have not seen, but I've heard mixed reviews on this movie as well, or on that movie. So I really didn't know what to expect, but he clearly has a passion for shooting musical scenes. He clearly has experience doing that, and so all the musical scenes look great, and the musical numbers, the songs, all really, really memorable. Some of them emotional, some of them fun, and it just has everything that you need for a proper musical. Like, it feels like at some moments you're watching a stage play with the music, where you obviously have the emotional moments in there of the music, but then you have the fun songs, and just kind of randomly breaks down the song to convey the story, and I think it really works in that way. And again, the direction by Michael Garvey I thought was pretty solid. I thought this movie was also pretty funny. Now, there are some really big heartfelt moments, which we'll talk about here in a minute, but the film doesn't hide humor, or doesn't hide the heartfelt moments in the humor. There's plenty of heartfelt moments. The humor is just scattered throughout, where every now and then we'll get a really funny joke. There's quite a few penis jokes in here, but I'm normally not the kind of fan of that humor, but the way it happens in this film is really funny. Again, Robbie Williams' voice acting was great. He was really funny. Got a couple belly laughs from me and my dad and my entire theater in here, and the heartfelt moments were also there. The humor does not hide the heartfelt moments. There are some really good heartfelt moments in this film, which really were very surprising, that for a person that I knew nothing about going into, made a movie that just completely captivated me and got me invested in this character. A person I knew nothing about. A person I had no idea what this film was going to be about. And his story and everything that happens in this movie was just captivating. Never a dull moment. Very heartfelt. There were people in my theater crying. I didn't think it went that deep to cry about, but there are some people that have dealt with things like this before about Robbie Williams' story, so I can see how it can affect a lot of people. The heartfelt moments, not enough to make me cry, but still some really, really good heartfelt moments in this film. So this overall was just a great success for me. I think Better Man was a really great movie and is one of the better movies of 2025. Again, it's the first movie I've seen in 2025, but if this is not in my top 30 by the end of the year, maybe even my top 20, I will be really surprised. And the thing that makes this movie not a perfect movie is I was constantly looking for the moment to where I knew the film would be close to wrapping up or entering the third act, where Robbie Williams would start to become a, ready for the pun, better man. And I feel when we finally start to get his redemption arc, I do kind of feel like it comes out of nowhere. Like all of a sudden we're the height of his problems, and then like bam, and not to spoil anything because the film's not out yet, but bam, we're just kind of, oh, okay, now we're doing the redemptive arc. It feels like a lot of scenes were missing. It feels like, okay, we need to wrap up this movie, which isn't saying a lot because this is a 2+ hour long movie. So for a movie like this, where all of a sudden it starts to wrap up, I just kind of wish there was a little bit more there. I kind of wish there was another couple of scenes kind of clarify that, because it really does feel like, oh, now all of a sudden he's changing? He's right at the moment here. And so it makes those very end sequences where the emotions should be at the most high, it makes them not hit as hard for me, because it just feels like we needed a little bit more. We needed a little bit more there to completely clarify and make it more emotional and make it more, put some more weight on it, honestly. But I think the film would have been perfect if it just kind of fully stuck the landing, which it did stick the landing. It just didn't fully stick the landing, if that makes sense. Like, it could have been better, honestly. But Better Man, really great movie. Before I give you my final score, make sure to subscribe, like button, hit the bell, and comment down below. Again, what is your opinions on Better Man? Or if you haven't seen it yet, what are your anticipations for the movie? Depends on when I'm uploading this. I'm going to have my live stream either out already on the channel, because I'm doing it tomorrow as of the time I am filming this. So, live stream coming very soon. Best and worst movies of 2024 still coming, still editing that video, so stay tuned for that as well. And Creature Commandos ends tomorrow, so I'll also have a review for that. Better Man works on so many levels. It's humorous, it's heartfelt, great musical numbers, director that knows what he's doing, but the ending doesn't completely stick for me. It's really good still, but it doesn't completely stick the landing. That's why instead of giving an A+, I'm going to have to give Better Man an A. Really good movie. Highly recommend you guys go check it out in the theater next week, or if you have an opportunity to go see it early like I did. Now, make sure to subscribe to the like button, hit the bell, and comment down below what is your opinions on Better Man, or if you haven't seen it, what are your anticipations for it? Stay tuned for all those videos I mentioned, and with that said, subscribe to Going on Our Army. Peace out.